Okay, I'm almost out of breath because of all this stuff that we have to go over today. So let's get it started. Let's take a look at this quick overview of what you can
All
expect
right.
in V700.
Here we go, boys. Oh. Oh. That looks like a tier 3. What? What?
Wow, it's a lot to take in. Just looking back at both the sizzle reel or the highlight reel from the past streams we've been in addition to just the
Vishnu.
the sheer
like,
insanity,
what?
which is this update in itself. All that to say, hi
Could
everybody,
be,
certainly
Royal
glad to be
Brews.
back and
Could
here
be.
to be with you during the 6th-year anniversary live stream for
Be awesome if the Fantastic Four gets some love. That'd be awesome.
You, Kim.
Hi, Cage. Welcome. It's good to see you as always and to have you here to talk about all the stuff that's coming that everyone can look forward to.
Yes, it's certainly a lot. As you mentioned, it's easy to get out of breath with all the content we have to show. And of course, there are several things in there you probably have seen that weren't even in the initial teasers initially. So with all that to say, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first thing we're going to show, we're going to go ahead and jump to the game cam, is those of you who mentioned in actually the Marvel Future Fight forum, is actually a change to the UI itself. So of course,
look at the
Maker taking up a good portion of the screen here.
I wish he had that big grin on his face. That would be, that'd be pretty dope.
The anniversary, not point of anniversary,
from the key art, man, that was great.
To make sure everything was a little bit more comfortable and easy.
Still combat.
So we definitely want you guys to just take a look around. Again, we won't go into too much. We want you to be able to explore many of this yourself. But some things you can just see how, again, the store, team, and inventory is on the right side of the screen. We'll take a look at just the team menu here again. Things just look very different, very changed. Again, we have, of course, we have the 3 characters, which we'll be going over later. We go back to the home screen. There's Professor X. You can see the inventory. It's on the left, instantly right there on the screen as well.
Pretty cool.
So you guys can go ahead and take a look. Like I said, we're not going to go into everything right now. We want you guys to be able to have fun exploring on your own. So you guys can look forward to that. So we look forward to seeing what your feedback is regarding the new UI change.
Fantastic. It does look a lot sleeker. And I do want to point out to everyone,
no pun intended.
to take this opportunity right now to say that the stream build may differ from the live build, so numbers and details may change to the final version.
That's correct. So, of course, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the new uniforms. Again, much to go over. As you can see, we have the 3 new uniforms coming so far. We have the Maker, we have Superior Iron Man, and we have Professor X in his classic wheelchair. I can't really call it a wheelchair.
This is pretty much like an APK Royal Brews.
Well, there's no wheels, so
no, there's not.
That's not correct.
It is a cool chair, though.
Yes.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look, starting with Reed Richards, the Maker. Kim, what can you tell us so far about this look?
Well, he is, as you sometimes called the Maker, sometimes Ultimate Reed Richards. He is the Ultimate Marvel Universe's version of Mr. Fantastic. And we are more familiar with Earth 616, Mr. Fantastic. This version of him is what he could have been had he applied his superior intellect to malice and evil.
Yeah, so of course, with that said, Reed Richards is actually listed as a supervillain with this uniform, so we can look forward to that. So with this update, with this uniform, there are some changes to his passive skills. For example, 2 changes that come to his passive skills are for his shock absorption and his elastic skin. For example, for his elastic skin, in addition to his default effects, his skill and bonus damage actually get a good increase. In addition to that, his shock absorption T2 skill actually gets, instead of 30% damage to physical attacks, it's actually been changed to be able to have resistance to all damage. So there's some benefits to look forward to for his passive skills, but that does it for passive. Let's move on to seeing his skills in action.
All right.
All right, the Maker is all set to go. A couple basic attacks. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at his first skill. This is the expanded hammer fist.
All right, I get why they call it that.
Pretty basic. It's a stunning attack. He just kind of does a lariat and just kind of moves towards the opponent.
Okay. Then,
next up is the elastic net.
We're just waiting for that 4, 5, and 3. That's usually the moneymaker skill, especially the 5.
Yeah.
So like he kind of extends his finger and just kind of lacerates his opponents. As you can see, it causes a little bit of
Let's see, we
bleed
got some
damage.
skill changes here.
There's something scary about that. I don't know. Nice, nice details there.
This is the third skill now. This is referred to as the rubber cannon. I had to take a few look at this because it's a little bit confusing at visually what it is he does. So at first he jumps in the air, just kind of barrages the enemy with his fists, and if you can look at it one more time, it looks like he extends his neck and then just kind of, headbutts his opponent. So take a look at this. Bam!
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool.
As the rubber cannon. So I guess the cannon part is just part of his, just the way he just takes his head and just launches it directly at his opponent. So this is skill 4. I'm actually going to go ahead and redo this because the
looks like all
really
defense down. That's pretty cool.
On that one, let me reset that.
You see that? His hands come out of the ground or whatever?
Bombardment.
Whoa.
Look at that.
This is a binding. Let me try it one more again.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
Get it from this angle. This is a bind attack.
It's got an attack buff still on the 4.
Increase your overall attack and your speed. Like one more time.
Yep. There's that attack buff. 8 seconds it looks like.
Going.
That's good to see.
About this yeah, good job.
Next is the 5th skill. This is the Sphere of Insanity.
Still got the immunity.
Oh, I get it.
It looks like damage accumulation.
Just kind of rolls over the opponent. Let's go ahead and do this one more time. Surrounds the enemy, goes to the ball, rolls them over, and just messes them up. One more time again. This is another binding attack. Yeah, this actually ignores a good percentage.
It's a pretty damn long skill.
Overall dodge rate, in addition to actually just penetrating their.
Looks like Doc Ock.
This is the 4th skill.
I like the 4th skill. Hilarious.
And of course, the developers are very kind enough to actually provide us some notes.
We'll have to see if we can cancel their skills.
They say after using skill 4, which is the Mad Bombardment, after using skill 4, you can continue to attack even if you link it with another skill. So it is recommended to use skill 4 first to obtain that buff, and follow it up with a powerful skill such as skill 5. Let's go and
so you can cancel the 4, it sounds like.
Skill number 4, Mad Bombardment, to get that buff.
I don't know if we can or not. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay.
See, the way he's playing, you'd have to use a rage if that's the case.
Your own skills and different rotations of your own. So we look forward to checking that out in the comments. And just because we can, we have the T3 rolled up. Let's just see how T3 looks in.
At least get the optimal damage.
Cool.
All
Okay.
right, and there you have it. Once
Tier
again,
3 is pretty much the same.
Developers, they say they recommended skill rotation is to open up with skill 4.
Yeah,
get that buff,
don't care for it, not really.
Skill 5 to get that good damage. And that does it for the Maker.
All right, thanks, Cage.
I don't mind it on Odin though, to be honest. Hey, Chris, what's up?
That's right. Next uniform on our list is everyone, or not? Oh, depends on who you ask.
Well, Tier 3 skill looks the same.
We have the Superior Iron Man.
Iron Man. This is the one where I think a lot of us are extremely
very much like
curious
the
about
Maker
here.
Being a villainous version of Mr. Fantastic, Superior Iron Man,
The cheapest one of all of them.
Of Tony Stark. And
Suit looks awesome.
He does have a titular comic series. He has the darkest possible qualities that Tony Stark
Royal ARF, what's up? Royal, they usually about 30, 45 minutes, somewhere in there.
All right, awesome. So again, with this skill,
a dark potential.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah. So for this skill, not for this skill, for this uniform similar to the Maker, Iron Man's actually listed as a supervillain. He'll have 4 new skills, and in his first his passive effect, his passive skills have been changed for precision aim. For example, his critical and dodge rate have been increased up to around 15%, along with his energy attack. Again, these numbers aren't exactly going to be present possibly live, so again, not all these numbers are exact. And for his passive skill, evasive maneuvers, again, critical damage actually has been increased to 50%, while skill and bonus damage also has an increase as well. So looking forward to that. So next up, let's go ahead and see those actual skills. So I mentioned he has 4 new skills. First skill is the Twin Blade, but again, those of you who'd have his endgame skill, you'll notice not much of a difference there.
Yeah, pretty much. Still pretty cool, though.
So next up is the new skill. This is skill number 2, which is the Flare Launcher.
Ooh. A little cinematic
Wow,
there.
that was surprising.
That attack goes pretty fast. Let's try it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is an energy and burn attack.
Whoa, that's actually a
Just
pretty cool
launches in the air,
skill.
gives him a good repulsor blast. Boom.
Yeah.
Right, fun, pretty fun. We're gonna do
I like that.
skill. So those of you who are fans of the comic like me, you'll take a look at this. This is referred to as the Iron Drone. So those of you who remember the comic for Superior Iron Man, he had drones that he would use
No.
to survey.
Nice.
He used the drones for different purposes, but yeah, these are some of the drones.
That is cool.
So these drones actually cause paralysis while also increasing
That is
your all
cool.
attack, and also giving you
That's a lot of residual
little bit
damage, my
immunity.
friends.
Wow.
Yeah, you get some good.
It really has a
That's
wide
freaking
net,
cool.
doesn't it?
You can use that as a pretty hefty buff. I'm gonna go ahead to these
Yeah.
to these poor souls over here. I'm gonna use skill number 4, which is the Superior Strike. Yeah, so after hovering in the air for a little bit, it then jumps
Iframe.
up, comes in. And
Oh,
gets up,
see the axe?
almost like a photon
Whoa.
axe. Take a look at that one more
Yeah.
time.
It was like an action pose of swinging a huge sword or an axe or something.
And this
Ooh.
attack does shock
Boom.
damage.
That is sweet.
We're going to go ahead and take a look at skill number 5.
Whoa.
Whoa.
So just with that attack,
It's
let me
like
give you the
goes
name of the skill
forever.
it's called.
Well,
do
I
this
know
one
what
more
the name
time.
of the skill is called.
Oh, you do already? Oh, well, that kind of
Yes,
that kind of
High
ruins the fun of it
frame,
already.
Kind of kills
nice.
it, doesn't it?
This is referred to as the reinforced unibeam, not just unibeam. It's the reinforced unibeam. So it actually
I
is
should
again.
have teased
I hope
you
they
and
change it to tier
just
3.
said,
We'll
oh,
see.
it's one beam, so I would call it the uni beam. And
You probably would
it's
have had
got
me too.
more. It's reinforced. Damn, should have tricked you.
This is an energy-based attack.
Ooh,
that
she
actually grants
said,
100% or
damn,
50
whoa.
to 100% increased damage for the following attack. So whenever you're once you go ahead and
I
use this
like
attack,
it, man.
you use
This
attack,
skill
you get a
looks
50 to
awesome.
100% buff.
His skills look
So
pretty
you can
sweet, I
choose
gotta
whatever
admit.
attack to link that with, use it wisely.
Yeah, pretty
And just
possible,
because
Royal.
can,
We'll
we already
see.
have the T3 warmed up. Let's take a look to see how it looks with the T3 active.
Whoa.
Oh, man. They kept the
I'm gonna
same
go ahead and
tier
reset this
3?
here. I'm going to go take a look
We'll
at
have
the
to
depth
see,
that
boys.
the
We'll have to
developers
see.
have to say.
We'll have to see how that damage
What
is
the
going to
developers
be.
say it
That
is
kind
recommended
of
to receive the
sucks.
buff effects from skill
Bummer.
number 3 and then skill 5 to make the best
Ah, I
use of
wish they
skill
would've
4
changed
and
that.
link it with other skills. So the recommended skill rotation is to use skill 3 to get that buff,
Yep.
and skill 5, skill 4, or you can also follow it up with the T3.
Wow.
Another, we also provided a secondary recommended rotation. Again, opening up with skill 3.
They should have
Give
changed that
skill
tier
2.
3. I don't know. We'll
Skill
see, guys.
5.
I mean, you never know.
And
I
you
mean,
can
these
follow it
skills
up
might do
with
so
4
much
or his
damage.
T3 ability.
Maybe he's going to be one of those characters. He just does a lot more damage with his
There's
There's a lot to
skills
go
than
on,
tier
a lot
3.
going on the screen.
Yeah. You know, I don't think that's one or uni beam anymore.
It is too short. I agree,
And
Eric.
that does it for
That's
the
kind of a
Superior
bummer,
Iron
man.
Of course, we still have plenty more to go over. Next, as you already saw, Professor Xavier has a nice little feature there. Kim, what can you tell us about?
Yeah, his
all
fifth
this?
skill's crazy. It goes forever.
Well, this is a fun uniform for, I think, fans
I
of
love
some
this,
classic
man. I
Marvel
love this
series,
uniform. It looks
who
awesome.
you might recognize this appearance from. I like it a lot.
No, I'm the same because again,
So
I've been a
cool.
fan of the animated series, so just being able to see this look,
Mm-hmm.
it's very reminiscent
Yeah.
of the older days.
That logo too. It
Yeah, just that,
makes
yeah,
my
that
heart
icon at the
warm.
bottom. Yeah, so
I know.
for a quick thing about this uniform is a little bit different in the sense where it's not different. So there aren't really many
Let's check his movement
skill
speed.
effects that come with it. Similar to Nightcrawler in a
We'll
previous
see.
update, this is more of just a fun skin with a tiny bit of changes and a little bit of addition. For example, for this uniform, the passive skill that comes with this uniform is that you just get a 10% increase to mind damage. Again, that's not really much, but again, this is more of a fun uniform for those who like to collect, those of you who are just fans of Professor.
It's a fun
Xavier
uniform,
in general.
guys.
So we're going to go into more detail, so you can go ahead and take a look at it.
I don't
for
like the
yourself.
sound of that. You know, fun really isn't. I mean, that's
He's all set
fine,
to go.
but
Chair's all powered up. Mine's all set to go. Let's go. So again, that's the basic attack. So we're going to go ahead and start skill 1. Again, a lot of these attacks aren't really new. They just have a couple minor tweaks. So let's take a look at this one. So many of these attacks are going to be the same. Again, this is memory manipulation. Similar to the mental shock.
The skill
but
looks
only
pretty
difference
cool.
is that it decreases the mind blast or mind resistance by about close to 30%. However, it also does a little bit. It takes 80% away from the energy attack to deal mind damage. Take a look at that one more time. Let's get it from a different angle that we can see more of him.
movement speed didn't look too bad. Oh, that's cool.
This is just we can't just move. Whee!
Oh yeah, he moves around really quick. Look at him. Oh man, he's zipping.
That moves better than my car. Take a look at skill number 2, which is the mental disruption. Again, pretty similar to.
Yeah, it looks hilarious. It looks like a freaking boot kicking forward or something.
So mental disruption again is just a skill that decreases your enemy speed and
man,
resistance
it's funny.
while dealing about 35%.
Professor X is playing
the only
soccer
difference in this
or
one,
football.
I double checked this, is that here he lurches forward, where in his previous uniform he moves backward.
That's
so
funny.
Again, just minor tweaks. This is more for fun. This is skill 3. This is the energy wave. Again, this is similar to the brainwave warp in his original uniform, but the only difference also is that it does 30%.
Yeah, I like
damage,
the uniform too, Jack. I think it looks awesome.
I'm sorry,
Love
it grants 30% additional damage for your next attack.
Ooh. There's that attack buff. You gotta hold it for a little bit. That's a cool looking skill.
From this angle, so you can see.
All right.
That is freaking cool.
Nice.
Wow.
That's fun. Next, we're going to take skill 5, which is mind over matter.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Long skill, so has that little explosion at the end. Okay.
I see what you did there. So again, similar to mind over matter skill with the previous uniform. The only difference is if you notice, like visually, just the little effects at the bottom there are just it's different.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
we look forward to your opinions. For those of you who are fans of the, like myself, of the, similar to the animated character look, there's something for you to look forward to. And that does it for some of the new uniforms.
Oh, you said some.
Some of the new
Right,
uniforms.
but we'll get back to that soon.
Say what?
Those all look very
Some
good. So
of the
we
new
have
uniforms?
for
What?
Iron Man, Mr. Fantastic, and Professor X. But of course, that can't be all.
Of course, for those of you who were looking at the market video, you probably noticed there were a couple of new uniforms in there that weren't in the initial teasers. That's because
they looked fantastic, Cage.
Exactly.
Yes.
You jumped ahead of me on that punt. Yes, we have some fantastic new uniforms for that. And of course, we have to take a look here. That is Mephisto. We'll go over him in just a moment. But we have some of the
Holy
classic
crap,
new
man.
uniforms
They all getting
for
something.
The Fantastic Four.
Wow.
For the Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and the Thing. So, of course, in addition to uniforms, these characters also have awakened skills. So, we're going to have to go through all of them. So, we're going to go ahead and just take a look at Invisible Woman's skills.
Oh my god.
It's all set to go. Again, the skills are similar. Are similar to the Future Foundation uniform. The only difference is there actually is an awakened skill. So we're going to go ahead because again we have a lot to go over. We're just going to jump straight into the awakened skill. So for the Invisible Woman, we have the Force Field Fury. And again, of course, you see the multitude of the other Fantastic Four skills. Take a look at that one more time.
I love watching.
Yeah, Arif, very possible. It definitely.
We have a variety of effects going on. So this is the attack.
It very well could have a tier 3
overall
doom.
defense, causing incapacitation, in addition to actually increasing your own critical.
This definitely gets
rate
the
and
hype up a
damage,
little bit more for it,
debuff
that's for sure.
Like, you can see the Thing jumps in, Human Torch.
Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
And that's
I like
it for
watching teams work together like that.
awakened skills. That's the best way to see it. So again, of course, both Human Torch, Invisible Woman, and the Thing.
It sucks
have their
that
own
they
unique
say the
skills.
skills
You
are
take a
so
look at them
similar
on
to
your
the
own, and
previous
we look forward to
Future
seeing what you
Foundation
guys have to say
uniforms.
about it. So that does.
I would have
for
liked to seen
the
some different
uniforms.
changes, but
All right.
Okay.
Well, you didn't say
We'll
some
see.
of, so I think that
We'll have
is
to see the
actually
support
true this
passes
time.
as
We are
well.
done with the new uniforms, but we have yet to see our new character in action.
That's right. We kind of jumped ahead of myself when I pushed the wrong button, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at team number 2,
It was
which is
a sneak
Mephisto. A sneak peek, a sneak peek of a sneak peek. So we have the King of Hell now joining us. Kim, what can you tell us about Mephisto for those of you who don't know about
the
Mephisto?
King of Hell.
I think a lot of us know who Mephisto is. This is a much lauded Marvel character. He is, you know, from another dimension, a demon, king of a little pocket of the world he likes to call hell.
Oh, he likes to call it.
Adversary
Okay.
to many.
That's right.
Yes.
So he has he's.
I don't
this is a
know,
very
Arif.
unique
I
character.
noticed
The
that
developers gave
too.
us a lot of notes with this, so we're going to try to sum it up the best way we know how. Those of you who already suspected those.
Yeah, I
who have seen
noticed the
teasers know,
arrows
of
there.
course,
I
he
was
is a
like, what is
natural
that?
T3 supervillain, and he has I'm sorry, I might have jumped ahead of my
You
notes.
might have something
Let's go ahead and
unique,
just
my
jump straight into his
friends.
passive skills. For example, one of his passive
Which would be
skills
cool.
is Burning Resurrection, and of course, as
Oh,
expected,
Burning
with,
Resurrection.
infamous character like himself, when he is killed, he revives at up to 90% HP.
Ah.
That's referred to as his Burning Resurrection passive
Revives
skill.
at 90%,
Again, already
okay.
a threat in itself. Next, he has again,
Yes.
this is a bit this skill is a little bit more complicated, so I had to get this done with my notes. This for his T2 skill, he has what's referred to as Rage of the Pit. So the literal notes I got from the developers, he gains a demonized devil effect, and he gains additional skill and bonus damage up to 35%, decreasing damage, also being able to reflect damage up to a certain percent, while also being able
Reflect,
to
eh?
reflect damage, while also receiving reduced damage received from reflect damage. A little bit complicated if you can follow that, but again, we'll go more into that. You have to take a look at the skills
Reflect.
in person.
PvP?
Let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay. Menacing.
All right, he's all, look at him in his infamous glory, his insidious ways.
Nice.
This is
He's
just his basic
projecting
attack. This is his basic attack. I'm just doing, by the way. I thought it was
Power.
unique. He's literally
Well,
just.
I don't know,
I can't tell
Vishnu,
if
we'll
he's
see.
snapping or if he's just pointing.
I
It's giving a little bit of a type of deal. Boom. Anyway, I thought that was cool. Let's move on to his first skill, though, which is the Hellfire Pillar. Basic, but still does quite a good amount of damage. Take a look at that one more time. So this does at least
It does look
30%
like
damage for
Hellfire.
every second that is active. Let's take a look at that again. To 30% burn damage.
Nice, nice, nice.
Also removes any active buffs on your opponent. This is skill number 2, which is the Evil Inferno.
That's a cool skill.
Take that again. Does a little bit of a stun there, and of course, all those attacks are
Look
burn
at that
damage, so
nice
you don't
long
need to-
iframe. It's nice.
It's kind of a given there.
It's just a
Yeah.
lot
Another
of
skill that
fire.
it's another skill that removes buffs. on your opponent's burn
That's
and
got a
stun.
short. It looks like it's got a
This-
short
no, this is-
cooldown
this
too,
skill is
boys.
a
He
little
might
bit
be a
unique. It ties
PvP
into
dude.
His, passive we mentioned earlier. This is referred to as the Dark Awakening. Now you kind of have to notice something a little bit different. Does he look a little bit different to you?
Yeah, he
Nice.
looks enormous.
That's right. This is he's now referred to as a giant. I guess the stat now changes to giant. So of course his basic attack changes as well. But what makes this unique is, so for example, you can see on his part of his passive, he does increase damage to superheroes. That's kind of by default. I'm going to go ahead and change back, use the skill again, and switch back to Fiend. This is referred to as Fiend when he's normal. Let me go ahead and go back.
That's pretty cool.
So when he's Fiend, he does damage, damage to the superhero faction. However, when we use the skill again, the Dark Awakening, and becomes what's referred to as Giant, is referred to as Demonized, he now does damage to supervillains. So according to the developers, what makes this more special is that he's pretty well-rounded in the sense where when he's in Fiend mode, he can do good damage in PvP, but if you want a little bit more of an advantage in PvE, just go ahead and use that skill, and you'll be able to do some good damage there.
Wow. That's good to hear.
That's right.
Super villains.
So
as it
he
were.
might be a
Can't
really
trust him.
well-rounded character.
He's on all sides. This is skill number 4. I'm going to actually revert back to his Fiend form. Because one of his skills look
Pretty
actually
damn
looks different,
cool.
but we'll talk more about that later. This is the
I like
Burning
it.
Nightmare.
There's fear. Okay. Attack buff I saw
I'm
there.
going to reset this over here so I can get everybody rounded up.
There's an attack buff on the
They
fourth
do seem
skill.
like they're having a nightmare.
Yep, 10-second
Burning
attack
Nightmare
buff.
causes stun, fear, in addition to decreasing their overall defense while increasing
Yeah,
your overall
yeah.
attack speed.
Fear,
attack, and
defense down,
defense.
looks
I
like.
said speed twice. That's because
Maybe
you go
fire
twice.
resist down.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and use this skill now. It's skill number 5.
What's this look like? Oh yes, they got the hands coming out.
The effect of
Nice.
the different hands is kind of
Yes.
bringing your opponents into the underworld.
That's
what it's called. It's called
sweet.
The underworld explosion. I'm gonna try to get more people.
That skill looks like it's gonna have quite a bit of AOE too.
I'm gonna bring them in.
Come
on, boys,
here,
over here.
you wretches.
Come here, you
Just do the
wretches.
skill again. This is the
I
underworld.
mean, guys, he's got a lot of
This
iframes.
is actually a
I
skill
don't
that
know,
actually
man.
causes
He,
mind control in addition to decreasing your enemy's fire
Oh,
resistance.
that's cool.
this is a good
Mind
debuff
control.
to
So,
have when combining with your
he's-
fire skills as well.
we'll see. We'll
Also
see,
increases
man. He
your
looks like a
HP as
pretty
well.
strong
Again, this is a skill that
character.
keeps on giving.
That is freaking awesome. I love it.
Anyway, fun stuff.
That's
Here's the thing. So
awesome.
I'm actually going to do the skill again, but first I'm actually going to switch it to the giant mode. I'm going to do the skill
Okay.
again. It looks a little bit different now. The hands are gone. It's just a giant tornado inferno that's going on. That's consuming your opponents.
Okay.
Again, bring that flame up.
If you're playing PvE, you're going to want to be the big boy.
Yeah, and that's it for that. However, of course, I mean, is it really everything? It's not, because we have, of course, T3. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and start.
What a surprise! Whoa, that is a surprise.
Those of you who've been playing, of course, the World Boss Legend will recognize that form. This is referred to as Soul Finality. I'm actually going to start warming up again so we can see that skill.
Ooh. This is just a horror show.
So while I'm actually warming up the T3, I'm actually going to go ahead and read some notes from the developers. So what they mentioned, Fiend being his current form, the Fiend goes well in PvP, as I mentioned, while the Giant form actually goes well in PvE, making him a well-rounded character.
That's good to hear.
His rotation in his Fiend form.
That's good to hear.
I recommend doing skill 5, canceling after you use a shield, and then use skill 2. Then cancel after the summon, and then use skill 4.
We'll see, we'll see. We'll see.
And then when in Giant mode, let's try this. They recommend, again, something a little bit similar. Use skill 5, cancel after the tornado, cancel after summoning the fire, and then use skill 4. I messed that up. Let's try that one more time. For Giant, it's going to be skill 5.
Cancel after the tornado, huh? So you gotta let it play out?
Use skill 4. Yeah, it's actually skill 5, 2, and 4, but we don't need to see that. Once again, for those of you paying attention at home, it's skill 5.
We'll see what kind of obelisk he's going to use.
Skill 2, cancel after you summon fire, and then finish it up with skill 4. So now let's go ahead and take a look how it looks with the T3. So again, a multitude of effects happening. We have silent skills such as silence, incapacitation, decreasing your enemy's overall defense while increasing your HP recovery by up to 30%.
Ooh,
also ignores a good
heal
percentage of your opponent's dodge rate while penetrating their defense and increasing your overall attack for up to 20% for your next additional attack. And that does it for the King of Hell himself. That does it for Mephisto.
Okay.
So we look forward to seeing what fans have to say. If you prefer his Fiend form, if you prefer his
We're really going to see what's up with the arrows, man.
What you all have to say.
That's a new thing there.
He looks great. He's very true to form. I will say
that. The arrows might be for like whenever he's like in Fiend form and when he's not, right?
Of course.
Maybe that's what it is.
We've gone over uniforms.
Maybe different stats.
Character. We have our new tier 3. We have a new UI look, which you're looking at right now, but that's not all.
No, again, this is the update that keeps on giving. So for those of you who've seen the forum as well, again, we do have one additional mission set added to this update. So a lot of players were kind of confusing, thinking if it was similar to the deploy missions in the Shield Lab. Understandable, but it's not exactly the same. So as you can see here, we have story missions, dimension missions, epic quests, but there's a little something new, and that is dispatch missions. So a little bit of a heads up, because I was testing this mode a little bit earlier, and this mode, again, this is a test build just specifically made for this live stream. So some of the features aren't exactly, will not be perfected in until the live version, and sometimes there might be a little bit of freezing as I'm going over this, so just bear with me as I'm going to try to explain some of the features in this update.
Very good.
So, as you can see, I only have 3 missions currently open for this. So how this works is that we have a variety of different missions all across Cure, and there's different things that comes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on the first one here. Here you can select the team up to your pre-selected team of characters, and what makes it different also is that when you play, is that you actually have the ability to there is no cooldown when actually switching out characters. So of course you can see.
That's cool.
Again, it seems similar to story missions, but again, it's a little bit different. We're going to go ahead and demonstrate that.
Hey, Buff, what's up?
Okay, so I'm going to do this. Do a little bit of manual play.
Looks good.
It's so cool seeing Frestrex zip around.
A lot of familiar moves going on.
Get some buffs going too. So again, as you can see, my 2 other teammates are actually already on screen. They're already doing damage on their own. And again, as I mentioned, there's no cooldown when switching to opponents. I'm actually going to do a skill that's going to require some skill animations. While he's doing that, I'm switching to the Maker.
Nice. That's pretty cool, man. So you keep like their invincibilities, immunities up as you're switching
my
them.
teammates are killing the enemies before I can get to them to be able to do my
yeah, I'm
skills.
doing great, Buff. I'm doing great, man.
No problems.
I'm going to switch to Professor X, who's still
Enjoying this live stream.
Look at him trucking on that chair. We're going to take on Ultron, who is already down. But again, this is an earlier stage, so again, this enemies are going to go down a lot faster than anticipated. Switching out to the Maker.
Yeah, Professor moves, man. He's still got that movement speed. Actually, it looked like Mr. Fantastic has some damn good movement speed too. Wow.
Displays just the simple items there. Again, the rewards are not exactly going to be the same when we're doing live build. Anyways, so this is something basic in terms of being able to complete. So what makes it different, again, we mentioned this dispatch mission. So it's a mix of being able to both acquire new rewards in addition to both playing, and also you don't have to necessarily be active in playing this too. So again, it sounds a little bit confusing with what I'm trying to say, but this is why. So you look on the top right screen, portion of my screen, and you'll see this mentions growth grade or dispatch.
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and click this button here, and you can notice that there is a variety of slots here. So I already have currently 3 characters displayed because I was playing this mode earlier. And what this actually plays into is actually able to gain additional rewards when not having to actually actively play. You can actually just, what it is, again, it's either dispatch missions where you actually can just dispatch your heroes.
Oh, it's kind of like the lab.
You know, your own business, your own busy day. And all this time, your heroes are actually gaining additional rewards. Now, the rewards are going to actually differ depending on the combat power. As you can see here on the left corner of the screen, it says growth grade. It's the bonus supply at 10%. And as you can see on the right-hand side, it says I could get possibly 110 gold per minute. And just to that, I'm going to click this little button here to display. I can also gain additional rewards as well. So I'm
rewards aren't that good.
That's not really
rewards.
The combat power. Again,
we'll see. We'll see how the rewards get as you go up in the. As you go up in the.
And I gain about a measly 6,000 for 490 gold. That's nothing. So I'm actually, what I want to do, I want to be able to gain more rewards from this set. So I'm actually going to just auto equip for this set for a second. And if you notice the combat power exponentially increased, I'm actually going to dispatch them. Sweet. And as you notice, the gold actually increased to 120 gold per minute. Again, not all these rewards and the numbers, they aren't exact, so they may differ in the actual live build. So these are something to look forward to later on. So again, the whole purpose of this is being able to.
I think this might end up being a game mode that everybody just plays like
again, some of the rewards
for the first week or so, or the one day, and then they're going to be done.
As what's being displayed here on this screen. So I actually rewards
if
here.
this
as you
is
see. The reason being is because when I was
need tier 3 materials, guys.
EOD,
TCP
equipped.
Nah.
Make sure I'm not looking at
we'll see.
Wrong screen here. Yes. So yeah. Again, the notes I have actually are kind of minimal in terms of what to explain for this mode, and also you can look for more details regarding how this game mode actually plays out on the patch notes when it gets closer to the time when it goes live. So that's something for you all to look forward to. So this is a game mode. The purpose of this mode is to gain more rewards, both actively and passively. So this is a good way to be able to make use of the characters that you haven't really used before, or So there you go.
Right,
okay,
so
it looks a bit disappointing so far, my friends, as far as this here.
This function.
Yeah.